Hi everyone, today I have this package from K-Town for you to unbox. There should be 4 albums in here, but they are all the same album actually. 3 of them are the 3 different versions of the album, and then the 4th should be a duplicate copy of one of those versions that I bought for my boyfriend Leo. That way we could split shipping and hopefully have a better chance of pulling our biases. With the albums out of the bubble wrap, you can see that what I have today is ONEUS' first full album, Devil. This is the follow-up to their previous release, Lived, and it is their first album since the Raise Us mini album to have multiple versions. Raise Us had 2 versions, everything else that they put out just had 1 version, and now Devil has 3. I actually have not seen many photobook spoilers for this, so I'm not really sure how much overlap there's going to be between the 3 different versions. I know each one does have at least one distinct concept from what I've seen, but I'm not sure if there's an overlapping concept as well. We have the black version, green version, and yellow version, very creatively named. So I'm going to thoroughly unbox the 3 different versions, and then we'll just do a photo card reveal for the second yellow copy. I was not originally planning on buying additional copies of this album, especially since there are 3 different versions, but Makestar and My Music Taste both put up pre-orders with exclusive photo cards, and I didn't really see any group orders for those photo cards. I think people do group orders more for the fan sign call application cards. But I knew I wanted those pre-order cards, and I know that ONEUS is really hoping to get their first win this era, and physical sales do at least partially contribute to that. So I did end up picking up extra sets from both Makestar and My Music Taste. It actually weirdly felt easier to justify this time around than it did for Lived, because with there being multiple versions, I do ultimately need more copies to get the cards that I'm looking for. Fortunately, I do not collect every member in ONEUS, or I would have been screaming over all of the different album inclusions this time around. For ONEUS, I only collect Dongju and Gunny, so I'm hoping to pull some of their cards today. So start off with the black version, and the cover art is pretty similar to the Lived album with the new ONEUS logo, Devil at the top, and ONEUS at the bottom. And the spine. One thing I do appreciate about ONEUS is how relatively consistent their album packaging has been. Even though they all open slightly differently, they are all around the same dimensions, except for the single album in its time. That is the one outlier. And then on the back we have our track listing, which is a horrible graphic design. It's my passion, a nightmare mess of different fonts. What's interesting is that the track list is actually written twice. We have it in small letters up here with the Korean titles and the numbers, and then bigger and all in English with the different fonts. But there are 11 songs on this album. We have the intro, Devil is in the Detail, the title track, No Diggity, and then the B-sides, Leftover, Incomplete, Youth, Busho, Rewind, Lionheart, What You Doing, IPU, stands for I Promise You, and outro, Connect With Us. And Leftover and Busho were both previously revealed at their online concert. Busho was also released as a digital single shortly after, and then a video for Devils in the Detail was released prior to the album as part of the teaser rollout for the album. And I really, really love Devils in the Detail as a song. It's got like the smooth R&B style that I absolutely was not expecting, and I just hate that it's an intro because it is so short. Both the intro and the outro, absolutely, I would love to see developed into full songs. I am not normally a fan of repackages, but I would not mind a repackage of this album with full-length versions of those, along with like a new title track maybe. I'm not sure if RBW have ever done repackages for their albums before, but it's an idea, and I'm definitely not expecting it since none of ONEUS' previous intro songs were ever expanded beyond the intro length. But Lived had a very complicated way of opening that I thought was really cool the first time I opened it, and really annoying on every subsequent copy of the album that I unboxed. Devil, on the other hand, is just a straight up box packaging. The lid lifts off, and you have all the contents inside. And I'm not normally a huge fan of box style packaging. It is one of my less favorite packaging styles, but given how difficult the lived albums were to open, I cannot be mad about it in this instance. And I do think it is interesting that pretty much all of my Ultimate groups have had box style packaging for their first full album. Once X had box style packaging for the first time for Beautiful, Stray Kids had it for the first time with Go Live, and now ONEUS have it for the first time with Devil. So they did switch up their normal inclusions for this album. Most ONEUS albums come with 2 different photo cards per album, but this time around you only get 1 photo card per each copy, and the photo cards are different for each version. Then you also get a larger photo card, which is around the size of the character cards from the lived album. Those are also different for every version. And then each version also comes with an additional random member item. For the black version, I believe it is like a film strip card. For the green version, it is a scratch-off card. And for the yellow version, it is a postcard, if I remember correctly. So, since they're right here, let's go ahead and see who we got. Okay. Well, right away, I'm off to a good start with one of these items, because I got Xion, or Dongju, for the film strip, which is awesome, because he is my main bias in ONEUS, and so the one that I am most striving to collect. Then for the larger card, I got Huaneng. And the texture of these are different from the character cards. The character cards were more matte. These are a lot more similar to the trading cards released for ONEUS and ONEUS concert merch. That is the design on the back. So the photo card is not here. I'm not sure where the photo card is going to be. I think that'll be in the booklet. And we also have our lyrics booklet, which it looks like the text on the bottom of mine got cut off. I don't think that's supposed to be like that. And then, of course, we have the spacer taking up the rest of the space in the box. All of the contents are only about half the box size, which that right there is why I don't like box packaging. There is so much needless filler. I will say, with ONEUS, I do give it a pass because it does allow all of their albums to stay around the same size, even if the photo book links vary. But in general, I'm not a fan of it. If your album contents are not that big, there is no need for your album packaging to be that big. Just make it smaller. No one is going to be mad about it, I promise. I'm going to take a look at the lyrics book first, I think, and then the photo book. We'll do it a little bit backwards today. So, the cover art, we have all these different symbols, which are reminiscent of the teasers they put out before the album, before they really properly started teasing the album. And then inside we have our tracklist again, and that folds out to reveal this absolutely gorgeous group picture. I am in love with all of the fantasy hair colors, and of course Dongju's long blonde hair looks absolutely gorgeous on him. I was so excited when I saw all the teasers for this album because the aesthetics are so up my alley. So we start off with the lyrics for Devil's in the Detail and No Diggity. And I will say, if you have not heard that song, I highly, highly recommend it. I didn't really know what to expect from the title. The song is absolutely not what I expected from the title. It is very rock influenced. They took the rock influence that they had on their last title track, To Be or Not to Be, and just pushed it even more and combined it with like a trap sound. It sounds really weird on paper, but I really, really love it. It's been a divisive song. Some people aren't as fond of it, but it genuinely may be my favorite ONEUS title track to date. I love rock music, and I'm such a sucker for seeing it incorporated in K-pop. I really didn't think that was something that ONEUS would continue to do beyond To Be or Not to Be, especially looking at the teasers for this album. So I'm really, really excited that they did continue that, and honestly only elevated the sound even further. Got the lyrics for Leftover, and then another group picture. The lyrics for Incomplete and Youth. Gunny looks so gorgeous there. And I will say, none of the B-sides really sound like the title track at all, but they are all really, really good. I feel like the B-sides have like one cohesive sound, and then the title track is something different, but it's not super jarring. We have lyrics for Busho and Rewind, lyrics for Lionheart, lyrics for What You Doing, which I think is my favorite B-side, and then Promise You, and the outro, Connect With Us, which barely has any lyrics. It's so short. It needs to be a full song. Please, RBW. Then we have our credits and the CD. So the CD is actually in the lyrics booklet. I feel like I'm seeing that more often these days. I don't prefer that. I definitely do prefer the like foam part in the box itself, but fair enough. I suppose the photo card must be in the booklet, since I haven't seen it yet. So this is what the booklet looks like. It's actually a little bit thicker than I expected it to be. I feel like usually in box style packaging, the photo books end up being super thin. Once next, I just remember it didn't even have a booklet for their first full album. It was just postcards, which was so annoying. That was such a gorgeous photo shoot. It should have had a booklet. It really should have. So I have to give the newer box albums props for that at least. They do more often now include booklets than just postcards. So that is a step in the right direction. I do think that was also where some of my dislike of box style albums came from, was that they used to almost always have postcards instead of booklets. But the cover art is really gorgeous. In the back, we have the logo for this era. And the spine is just blank. So we start off with this flame image, which is super cool. We have a group photo. I think the red outfits might be the common concept among all three versions, but again, I could be wrong. We have some individual photos of Raven. I heard that they actually got new stylists before this album, and I would just like to commend those stylists. They're doing an incredible job. I really like the makeup looks with like the gems and stuff on their face. I have to wonder if they share stylists with One Way, because One Way also had like gem makeup for the teasers for one of their recent online concerts. We have Soho. Gunnock. Oh, there's the photo card. So I got Gunny for this one, so that's off to a really good start. I love the handwritten messages on the back, they're always so cute. Yeah, I love the sparkly makeup, it's so cool. Oh, speaking of Gunny, wow, he's so gorgeous. We were all so bamboozled by the first teaser, though. It looked like he had blue hair again, but really it's a light purple. This looks really, really good, though. We have Wanu with his neon pink hair. And finally, Dongju. He looks so gorgeous this era. Like, he always does, but the long blonde hair really just is next level. And then a group photo, we're switching to the pink outfit concept now. I love this concept. It's so fun. So, like clockwork orange eye makeup. It's gorgeous. Whoever would have thought of that for ONEUS? But I'm so happy that their stylists did. That is a gorgeous picture. And the glitter eyebrows. That's so cool. That's really pretty. The roses showing through the logo. Some more red concept photos. Again, super gorgeous. I feel like I'm not saying much other than how pretty these pictures are, but I'm just like in awe. Again, his brows, so freaking cool. And the story of the video is definitely linked to Be or Not to Be, but I'm not even going to try and pretend that I understand it, because I don't. It's gorgeous, though. Interesting that they chose to put that picture upside down. I wonder what the meaning is, or if that was like a misprint. That is such a gorgeous shot. Oh, the fire. So it looks like we're just switching back and forth between the red and the pink concepts for this photo book. Well, that certainly is an image of Gunny with the candle. I don't think I trust him with that. I don't think I trust him with the flame. That seems dangerous. He's just so pretty. I can't get over it. And Hwanung's pink hair. Like, I haven't talked enough about Hwanung's pink hair, but it's such a gorgeous, vibrant shade of pink. It, like, matches his outfit perfectly. How did they do that? It's gorgeous. Like, ONEUS' concepts are kind of always incredible, but this one really is another level for me. I love how colorful it is. I love how fun the makeup and the hair is. It's just gorgeous. And I feel like you really could make a drinking game out of how many times I've said the word gorgeous in this unboxing, but like, that is the number one word coming to mind. And again, I like that it is a thicker photo book, so you do get a lot of pictures for each member. He's so pretty, what the fuck? Another group photo. And that is the end. And I actually do like this trend a lot of groups have been doing lately of separating the photo books and lyric booklets, because it allows you to have a gorgeous, thick photo book with lots of pictures without having to sacrifice pages for the lyrics. Now let's take a look at the green version. I imagine this one might have the, like, cheetah print outfits from the initial teaser, and then the music video outfits where Dongju's in the sweater with, like, lots of threads hanging off of it, because we didn't see either of those in the black album. So I imagine those will be in here. The spine says devil again. And yeah, the back design is basically the same, just in a different color to match the different version. The photo book is green this time. I'm not sure if the lyrics booklet is the same or different. Well, this is wonderful. I have once again pulled Dongju for one of the random items. I got his larger card for the green version, which, given that that is in the suit with the cheetah print gloves, seems to confirm my suspicion that that concept will be in here. Then we have the scratch off card, which I'm not going to scratch off because I'm scared of damaging it. I wonder if it will say on the back who it is, or if you have to peel it away to find out. You have to peel it away to find out. The back is just completely blank. So I will be doing that off camera because I don't want to mess it up. And the lyrics book, the text is not cut off on this one, thankfully. Let's see. Okay, it is a little bit different. They are not exactly the same. So it is green on the inside, and when you fold it out, it has a photo to match this concept. So yes, we do get the awesome, wacky cheetah print outfits. I love it. But I think the rest of it might be the same, just in green instead of black, which again makes me think that the red outfits are probably common among all three versions. And the CD design is different. And that one thing I will say is I feel like the CD designs are backwards for this on the black version. I feel like this should be the black version CD. And the green image with the fire should be this one. But that is not the case. And then for the photo book, again, same cover design, just in green instead of black. That image looks really pixelated for some reason. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but in person it does. And we do have the red outfits again, so that will be common among all the versions. Oh, tell me these aren't the exact same pictures. Tell me they didn't do that, because I don't mind common photo concepts, but I really hate repeated images. I've gone on about that in some of my Stray Kids unboxings. It's really a pet peeve of mine. And yep, that's exactly what they did. RBW. Like I said, I don't mind repeated concepts, but repeating the exact same photos always feels really lazy to me. And I really don't like when companies do that. Because if someone is buying all three versions of the album, as I have, you're literally charging them for the same exact pages multiple times, without making it clear beforehand that that is what they are purchasing. That much of this photo book is repeated images from the first one. It looks like maybe a quarter, a third. As I said, I don't mind repeated concepts at all, but if you're going to repeat the exact same photos, especially for that many pages, I feel like that needs to be more apparent during the pre-order process. And like, it's not like you don't have enough pictures, because you clearly do. You just chose to be lazy and recycled those instead of using different images. Anyway, Dongju looks pretty. I'm gonna try not to let that sour my mood too much, but that is really, really annoying. But I really like these outfits. They're really weird, but they work somehow. Especially Dongju's. I don't know what it is about that stringy sweater that looks so good on him, but it really does. That is a very vampy image of Soho. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to put a trigger warning in the description for this page. I will say I am very glad that they did tone down the blood from To Be or Not to Be, because that was one thing I was worried about when it became clear that this would be a direct continuation of the lived concept. Luckily, this scar makeup on Ganak is as bloody as it gets this time around, because To Be or Not to Be and Lived needed a lot of trigger warnings. I still haven't been able to watch that full music video, and I honestly do not think I ever will. But, again, Dongju looks really pretty. Yeah, I like this concept a lot. I like the pink one a lot, and I like this one a lot, too. Soho, do not bite your shirt. Raven's outfit should not work, but he makes it work somehow. One thing I do like about ONEUS' photo books, but also RBWs in general, from what I've seen with ONEUS and One Way, they do a really good job of capturing the music video vibe in the photo book. That's such a cute picture. Like, obviously, it's the same concept because they're in the same outfits, but like, it has the vibes too. Oh, look at that! I got Soho for the photo card, which is fun, because that is my friend Zoe's bias. And she said if I pulled Soho, she might buy one of my extra copies from me. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. And about Gunnock's scar makeup also, normally it doesn't really bother me. Like in a far shot like this, it was just that one page that was chock full of close-ups of it was a little much for me. But yeah, like I said, it's definitely toned down compared to Lived Era, which I really do appreciate. That was not a fun time. For that to be my first comeback since standing ONEUS was not fun. These are so cool. Forgot about the face cage thing. That is such a cool picture. Like, what the heck? That's like literal art. It's gorgeous. I think so far. I haven't looked at the yellow version yet, but I think if I had to just pick one version, I probably would have picked this one. I do like the pink concept a lot, but I think I do like both of these a little bit more. I feel like these express the slightly crazy devil vibes a little bit better. The black version is slightly more refined. But they're both really good, aside from the repeated images. My verdict for that, not enough Dongju in a ponytail. I'm kidding, it was really cool. Really cool concept. I just wish it didn't have the repeated images. That really bugs me that RBW did that. Especially if you're going to have the audacity to charge 3 versions. If you didn't have enough images for 3 versions, you should have just done 2. I don't mind 3 versions, but like, make them worth the money. Last but not least, we have the yellow version. I actually really like the back in black and yellow. I think that's really gorgeous. I just really like that color scheme. We have our photo book. Oh, awesome. I'm doing good today. I have pulled a Dongju in every version of the album so far. We got Ganak's character card. and Dongju's postcard, which is awesome because the bigger items are usually the hardest to trade, so those are the ones I'm most hoping to pull in the album. And another really cute handwritten message on the back. And then the lyrics booklet, which has the red concept this time. And honestly, what makes the repeated images in the photo book even more egregious is the fact that the lyrics booklet also has repeated images. Like, I don't mind repeated images in the lyrics booklet. That's kind of common. But don't do it in the photo book, too. That's just pushing it at that point. The yellow is so bright, by the way. Like, I don't know if how bright it is really showing up on camera, but it is so bright in person. Oh, but the CD is gorgeous. With the gold design, that's so pretty. Y'all want to hear something wacky I just realized? The photo books all have different textures for the pages. The black version had a thicker matte page, the green version was a thinner matte paper, and this one has glossy pages. That's a really interesting choice to print the photo books on completely different kinds of paper. I didn't even realize it for the first two. I only noticed it because this one felt glossy, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember the other pages feeling glossy. So that's interesting. And here's the other thing about the yellow version. Honestly, if I wasn't a completionist, and if it weren't for them all having different photo cards and stuff, I might have skipped the yellow version because it does not match thematically with the others at all. The yellow version has the concept from the Busho music video, which does not fit with Devil at all. It's a much brighter, funner concept. And it's a really cute concept. Like, I am happy that we have it in a photo book. But it doesn't fit Devil. It really doesn't. We have Raven and ONEUS. And, like, you can tell it wasn't meant for this era because they all have different hair colors. So, we still had orange hair. Dongju's hair was dark brown. But I got Raven for the photo card, which is awesome because Raven is Leo's bias. So I will be able to give him a Raven with his album. Gonna look so cute in those glasses. And then Gunny with his dark hair, which I do kind of miss Gunny's dark hair a little bit. It looked really pretty on him. But the lavender looks really pretty too. Like, I will say this concept is really cute. But again, this is not Devil. This is something totally different. Oh, but that is such a cute picture. His little leggies. So, like, yeah, if thematic inconsistency in a photo book bothers you, don't buy the yellow version. I am glad at least that they released photo book previews ahead of time, so we knew that these photos were in this album and it wasn't like a complete surprise. Or has both the concepts for Busho. Fun. Wasn't really expecting that, actually. But again, it just makes the repeated red outfits even more egregious. These photos had like an office worker concept from part of the music video. She was so pretty. That's really cute. I like the lime green and bright pink together. That's a really cute color combo. I forgot how many concepts there actually were in the Busho music video. And I will say, even though it is a little bit annoying that it doesn't match the concept of the album for Devil, I do enjoy that we have a physical copy of all the concepts from the music video. Because that was the downside of it being a digital single, was that we didn't think we were going to have them. And even though it is thematically inconsistent, doing a version of the full album with the bookshelf concept instead of just like a physical single release does ultimately give you more for your money. So I can't really be mad at it. That is one thing that I really like about RBW in my short time of standing One We and ONEUS. They do seem to be pretty good at like giving you a physical component for like all of the video concepts, which is something that not a lot of K-pop companies can say actually. A lot of times now the photo books are like completely different from what you see in the music video. So I do appreciate that at least. Dongju in the shopping cart. So cute. So yeah. I didn't honestly expect that to all be Busho pictures. I thought there would be another devil concept as well, not just the same red pictures as in all the other versions, but I also wasn't expecting it to have so many of the different concepts from Busho. So that was kind of nice. And then finally, really quickly, I'm going to look at my pulls in the other yellow version, which may very well be duplicates. Hopefully not, though. Unfortunately, right away we have a little bit of a printing defect with an ink smear there. Yeah, it looks like they are going to be dupes, unfortunately. We've got another large Gunnock card and another Dongju postcard. But maybe I'll pull something different in my music taste and Big Star albums. Maybe the photo card will be different, who knows. Nope, another Raven. So they were complete duplicates. I feel like that happens a lot when I order 2 copies from K-Town for You. I feel like I end up getting duplicate albums a lot there. I know it's incredibly common, actually, because of how they make the albums in the factory, but it doesn't always happen, so you never really know for sure until you open them. If nothing else, it gives me more trade fodder. But that is it for today's unboxing. I hope you enjoyed. If you would like to see more unboxings for K-pop hauls like this one, you can check out the other videos on my channel. And if you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.